Good morning. I'm Andy Myers at Weiss Research.
I'm Jen Amos, and this is your morning market update for Thursday, August 25th. We're seeing some modest gains on Wall Street, building on 3 straight winning sessions. Futures got a boost from a big investment in Bank of America, which we'll tell you about in just a minute. But overall, trading may grow more cautious leading up to Fed Chairman Ben Bernanke's speech to a gathering of international central bankers in Jackson Hole, Wyoming tomorrow. Most analysts have now backed off some earlier expectations that Bernanke would signal a third round of quantitative easing to boost the economy. Right now, investors are reacting to the latest data on the labor market. Initial jobless claims rose by 5,000 last week to 417,000, and the reading from 2 weeks ago was revised higher. The increase was partially due to thousands of claims by striking Verizon workers. Meanwhile, the 4-week average, a more accurate gauge of employment trends, jumped to more than 407,000. Economists say that number would have to drop below 400,000 and stay there for an extended period to indicate a healthy pace of hiring.
Despite the jobless claims data and the anticipation of Bernanke's speech in Jackson Hole, today's biggest topic of discussion remains Steve Jobs' departure from Apple. The company's co-founder and CEO sent a letter to the board of directors saying he can no longer meet his duties. Jobs has battled several illnesses in recent years, but neither he nor Apple offered any details of his current health situation. Tim Cook, Jobs' longtime lieutenant and former chief operating officer, will take the helm immediately, but Jobs will remain involved in the company, serving as the chairman of the board. The moves do not come as much of a surprise to most analysts, who had already priced Jobs' eventual resignation into Apple stock. The shares are down 7% since peaking in late July. Immediately following the announcement, Apple tumbled 5% in late trading, but right now it's down just 2%.
The fallout from the Steve Jobs announcement is being felt across the entire technology sector, and we're seeing that weakness reflected in the underperformance of the NASDAQ composite. The tech stock taking the biggest beating this morning may be Applied Materials. After yesterday's closing bell, the chip maker reported a huge jump in its quarterly profit, but that's being overshadowed by a weaker than expected outlook for the current quarter, and that's sending shares down more than 3%. But on the other side of the spectrum, we have Bank of America. It's soaring 20% after Warren Buffett's Berkshire Hathaway announced a $5 billion investment in the biggest U.S. financial institution. And another huge winner this morning is Collective Brands, up 25% right now. The parent of the Payless shoe chain said it will close 475 underperforming stores over the next 3 years, including more than 300 by the end of this fiscal year. Collective will also conduct a review of its strategic alternatives to boost shareholder value.
Staying in the retail sector, shares of Big Lots are gaining more than 1% after the discount chain boosted the low end of its full-year earnings guidance. However, in the latest quarter, net income dropped 8%, on a steep decline in same-store sales. Meanwhile, Hormel Foods is dropping more than 3%, despite a 15% increase in fiscal third quarter profit. Hormel also said it was able to pass along higher commodity costs to consumers and raised its earnings forecast for the full year. And finally, keep an eye on Boeing. It got an order for 100 737-900ER jetliners from Delta Airlines. The planes will be delivered between 2013 and 2018. That's the latest from Weiss Research. Have a great trading day.